You see, there's a story which has been trending for the last 3 days. It's found space on the front page of your newspaper. And it's a story about the imminent shutdown of Neoplan Ghana Limited. And Neoplan Ghana Limited is a company that builds buses. And it's a company which is owned 55% by the government of Ghana and 45% by the Fadul Group. And the last time they had a contract was at the tail end of, in 2002, during President Kufuor's reign. He gave them a contract to build 450 buses. And so they did this from 2002 to 2010, the tenure of President Mills. Now, from 2010, this company has not had a single contract from the government of Ghana from 2010. And they have all these workers, hundreds of workers, who they pay every single month. But the company thrives on contracts to build buses. But we know that our governments have been buying buses every day, whether it's for Metro Mass or it's for state institutions or whatever.
State transport.
Yes. But from 2010, Neoplan Ghana Limited has not had one contract from the government of Ghana. So
2010.
The contract was in 2002, which they executed up until 2010 in building 450 buses.
8 years.
Yes, 450 buses. But from 2010, they've not had a single contract. So 10 years on, no single contract. And the government is a 55% shareholder of this company. And the government does not put in one cedi into this company. So the other partners, the minority partners, are those who have been running the company. They've offered to buy government shares. Government is not willing to pay the shares. Now they say that the overheads are just too much. The last time they were doing, I think, about a little under 300,000 cedis every month. And so they've had this for almost 10 years. They cannot. And so they've asked, informed all the workers that there will be a termination of contracts. The company is shutting down by Friday. And from when this was published on Monday, you've had varied interest. I mean, asking government to step in and do something about it. This is a company that government owns 55% shares. We keep buying buses every day, hundreds and tens of buses every day. But Neoplan should collapse by Friday if nothing happens.
Well, I think this is a very simple and straightforward story. And we're all very excited in the Achampong days when Neoplan was established. I mean, there were a number of vehicle assembly plants which were established in those days as part of the Ghananization program that the Achampong government was pursuing. Since then, Neoplan has come to be identified as a symbol of durability and strength in the motor industry in Ghana. Indeed, in many of the lorry parks and so on, many of the lorry parks are actually named after Neoplan. So you have Neoplan Station in Accra, you have Neoplan Station in Kumasi, and so on. Now, these are symbols of durability. This is a symbol of Ghanaian engineering and so on. And I'm very deeply worried that matters have come to this level. And it's at best an indication of the fact that we have paid lip service to buying made in Ghana things and promoting Ghana. And there's so much talk about buying made in Ghana things, about promoting Ghana, about eating local rice, about Ghana beyond aid and so on. This should fit into that policy framework. Saving Neoplan should fit into that policy framework, especially as Neoplan has demonstrated for more than 30 years or thereabout its strength, the durability of its vehicles and so on. All of us have used Neoplan vehicles and all, you know. And it is unimaginable that you have a vehicle assembly plant like Neoplan producing buses which are durable, which have been plying our roads for about 30 years and so on. And yet, government, which is a 55% shareholder in the company, is not interested in encouraging the company. I mean, recently I heard about efforts to encourage Kantanka and so on. How can you encourage Kantanka and not encourage Neoplan? You understand? So there's a certain disconnect in policy and policy.
They don't only build Neoplan stuff. The company is called Neoplan, but for example, with the contract they got in 2002, which they executed up to 2010, they produced 450 DAF and VDL buses. You know, and since its existence in 1974, so it's 46 years, they've produced 4,000 buses for state institutions. Yeah, 4,000 buses.
I'm saying that the track record is there. You understand? So Neoplan is collapsing as a result of the non-implementation of declared government policy. You understand? That's basically the reason why Neoplan is collapsing. I mean, look at the number of buses we've bought for secondary schools in this country. Secondary schools alone. If we ask Neoplan to produce buses for secondary schools alone, it will be in business, it will be thriving, it will be expanding, it will be employing a lot more people. You understand? Then come to think about metro mass transit. If it depended on Neoplan, Neoplan would be a thriving business.
In fact, the 2002 one was for metro mass.
The agreement with the Kufuor government.
Yes.
You know,
Which they built the buses up until 2010.
Yeah.
When that contract.
They have capacity.
Yes, finished. So they did 450 within that period. 450 buses.
You know, so there's no reason why Neoplan should collapse, apart from the fact that public officials, our governments and so on, have tended to discriminate against what is indigenous, have tended to discriminate against what is our own, and so on. And I've been following the pleas for government intervention and so on. I think that those pleas are indeed justifiable. I think that they should not even be pleas. We should be demanding that government does what is proper. You understand? Because this will create employment, it will sustain employment, it will lead to an expansion of industry and so on. Now, it's interesting that at the time that Neoplan is collapsing, we are boasting about bringing in other vehicle assembly plants. You know?
Yeah.
We've been boasting about bringing in other vehicle assembly plants
VW.
and so on. If this doesn't succeed, how does this encourage the others to come in and do business here and so on? You know, I'm totally disgusted by this development. Look, all over the world, countries are moving towards, you know, building vehicle assembly plants and eventually developing their own vehicle industry. China started that way. Today, China is a major manufacturer of vehicles.
But Ghana is one of the countries that buys most of its buses from China now.
But we started before China.
Yes,
we started long before China. You understand? If you take Iran, Iran today is a major manufacturer of vehicles.
In 1974, they were not making buses like Neoplan.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
But over time, they built the expertise because they were focused and determined and they knew what they wanted to do.
And invested.
Yes, we today will be very happy to announce that they want to set up a plant here. Meanwhile, what is ours? We are looking on for it to go aground.
You know, Iran started by getting the legal rights, you know, to assemble these Kia Price. You see those cars that look like Kia Price.
The small ones.
The small ones and so on. Go and see what Iran has done now. Now they are manufacturing their own cars. You understand? And we are sitting here and collapsing everything that is our own and pretending that we are promoting made in Ghana. You understand? Pretending that we are doing all kinds of things. So I think that, look, we better take a second look at Neoplan and put efforts in place to save Neoplan. We can save Neoplan. You know, we can save Neoplan. Look, what prevents us from saying that for the next 10 years, all vehicles which are going to be purchased for training colleges and so on, the contract should go to Neoplan? What prevents us from saying that? What prevents us from saying that Neoplan has been given a contract to provide vehicles for all secondary schools?
Same way we're saying that school feeding will be on Ghana rice. NAPCO will deal with only Ghana, whatever, and they'll supply and all that. I mean,
there has to be a Ghana directive. But Randy, first of all, somebody with a business background, I'll be careful. I think we have to look at the impact of these 55% shares on the company.
Right.
And what are they seeking to do? Are they seeking to attract a strategic investor or a partner to kind of come and help? Because my Kwesi will not agree with me on this call, but I will say it. The majority of Ghanaians agree with me that everything government in this part of our world fails. Randy, do you understand?
So
everything government.
In this case, government is not the one managing. But government is a shareholder.
But what I'm trying to say is,
but Randy, why is my brother and friend Eugene sitting here as the deputy minister when he says that everything government fails? What are you doing in government?
No. What I'm trying to say is, my tradition, my tradition believes in the private sector. Yours doesn't.
So you should be in the private sector. You should not be in government.
Let me finish my case.
You are deputy minister and saying
yes,
everything government
yes.
fails.
So if you let me land, if